You need to know the children. That is your target audience, what their interests are. But apart from that, you have to have passion. Really have to have a passion for what you're doing. And I gather there's some famous writers that did not like children. But I find, you do need to like children and feel what it is you'd like them to know. What would you like to impart to them? So it's their interests, but also what can you give to them as well. You have to be really determined, not only to write and rewrite, as all writers do, but also I find in this environment, which means in this country, in the Caribbean, you're going to have to work pretty hard. Perhaps work is not the word, but not to ever cease trying to sensitize people to the importance of children's material, local indigenous children's material, which doesn't mean that we are going to suddenly discard all the great children's books that we have from other parts of the world. Not at all. But the sensitization process needs to go on. Children need to see themselves in books. I think this is a very important psychological construct, if that's how we can put it. I never forget seeing in a magazine years ago when I was just first starting to write for children, a little African American boy looking into a mirror, and he was dressed as Superman. And there's the other Superman there, it's not him. And I have found over the years, and there are studies which will support this, that children, literary studies, that children do look for themselves. They keep turning through the pages of a book, trying to find themselves. Now, because we have been conditioned in these areas which are ex-colonial territories, and I'm not going to go to town on, ex-colonial is bad and all that. That's not what I mean. It's just that we've been conditioned to look into books and seeing people that don't look like us. And so we may think it's okay, but everything that we know about psychology, everything that we know about education, everything that we know about literature now says children must see themselves in books. It gives them an ownership of the material. It brings joy because, hello, I am important enough to be in a book. And that important enough to be in a book, interestingly enough, is one of the things that we still hold dear. It's similar to, if you look at, no matter how challenged economically the society is, you see parents with their little children all tidy, crisp, going off to basic school and primary school. We hold that dear. And we also hold dear that what is written in a book is important. So, if I'm not in there, clearly I'm not important. And it may seem like it's subtle and it's simple, but it is not. Because we do it in other areas, We represent ourselves in music. We represent ourselves in athletics. We represent ourselves in art. We must represent ourselves in books.